Just a few weeks ago, the House passed a $2.2 billion investment using federal money to help Washington recover from the pandemic. For small businesses, this first plan allocates approximately $240 million to continue the small business grants that began in 2020. We also passed a bill that ensures that state and federal funds designed to aid small businesses during the COVID-19 pandemic stays with small businesses. And now that we have vaccines, we will start going back to normal life. Businesses will reopen and bring jobs back. But right now, businesses need this help. And if we do nothing, small businesses will suffer and close. More workers will lose their jobs, and those who are already laid off won't get the help they need. And we know that the lowest paid workers right now are struggling as well. And that's why we passed a bill that gives businesses a $920 million tax cut in 2021 and $2.6 billion in cuts from 2021 to 2025. It ensures the lowest paid workers receive a larger share of their weekly wages and benefits. We know that families and businesses need to get back to a sense of normal. And that can't happen if childcare centers and schools aren't able to get back to being in person. So we have to counter COVID-19 in our communities in order to make this happen. And that's why we've allocated $618 million for vaccine distribution, contract tracing and testing, and critical funding so that the governor's plan to vaccinate 45,000 people a day has the necessary funding in the short term and provide other COVID response efforts. The governor's eviction moratorium has been necessary, but we need to address the backlog in unpaid rent. This Democratic plan puts $362 million into rental assistance, foreclosure assistance, and for small landlords to be able to stay on top of their mortgages. It also allocates $49 million in food and emergency cash programs and requires food banks to serve anyone who needs help. We know there is a lot of work to do to recover from this pandemic, and there are a lot of other Washingtonians who are hurting. That is why the Democratic plan also allocated $6 million for healthcare for underinsured and uninsured individuals, $65 million for immigrant assistance, and $5 million for college student assistance. And of course, as always, please reach out to me if you have any thoughts, questions, ideas, or concerns, either by email, phone, or by Facebook.